think we're all good. Sally, you want to take us?
Hey everybody, welcome. Before we get started, a quick reminder I'd like to remind you guys of is when the meeting is streaming, that means everything that we say is recorded. So just keep that in mind as you say words, be thoughtful about the words that you say. All right, we're going to call this meeting to order. It's about 6:04. And what I thought we could do is, before we go around and approve the May minutes, maybe just do some quick introductions.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Sure.
Go right into that.
Absolutely.
So let's go around the table and introduce ourselves with our name and then like how come we're here at this space, whatever that is for you. And then like what you think is the animal you most identify with today. Is that okay? I'll begin. And maybe what your purpose is here, like, okay, so hey, I'm the chair, I'm Sally Kimmel Shepherd, that's why I'm leading the meeting right now. And, my job, I work for Vision Athens, that's one of my 4 jobs, but that's the main job. And so I work for Vision Athens, and I've lived in Athens only 5 years, but I've worked in Athens since 2007, and I'm here just because I'm a great lover of the arts and the culture of Athens. I don't get to contribute to it so much as just attending things and looking at things and going, oh, that's amazing, I love that. My animal I most always identify with is a killer whale or an orca. And can I turn it over?
Sure.
Okay.
Monty Weller, work at Cedar Shores High School, teach ethnic studies, AP African American Studies, and peer leadership. I am here because I love Athens and just want to do anything I can to make it look better, be better. Been in Athens for about 20 years, originally from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Mine's always lying.
I'm Tatiana Benrusso. I'm the public art coordinator for Athens-Clarke County. I've been in that role for 3 years, part-time, and then, full-time, and then part-time. I did it for, and kind of the same role for about 4 years prior to that. So I've been working on our public art projects for a while. I'm also a working artist and a curator. And I lived in Athens for 18 years now, long time. And I guess, what animal am I? Probably a house cat.
I'm Vice Chair. I am Director of Marketing Communications at UJ Performance. I'm here because I want to give back to the community. I'm not church. I don't have children, so some of the natural volunteer opportunities that Athenians have, I'm not seizing. So this one seems really right for me. My spirit animal, I guess, is a Chihuahua pit mix. Like the one I live with. She's extremely beautiful and sweet, and I aspire to be those things.
I'm Matt. I've lived here in Athens for 8 years. I'm a software engineering manager in Atlanta, but I work from home, luckily, so I get to spend all of my time here in Athens. I love the city very, very, very much. I was just looking for more ways to contribute. I had a couple of people tell me about this. My spirit animal most days, like today, is a house cat. Just give me some sun.
Right.
Hey, I'm Jamie. I just moved to Athens about 6 months ago. Thanks, it's good to be here. I've been coming for a couple of years to record an album, and I fell in love with the city so much that I wanted to move here. So it's kind of similar to my rationale for being a part of this, maybe just helping however I can with the art scene and sort of looking forward. I guess my spirit animal, I'd say polar bear.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Chastain. I've been in Athens for 17 years, and my big job is Director of Membership and Marketing at the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce. And I joined the organization because I wanted to reconnect with the arts. I'm a graduate of the Margon, and affecting the business community and the creative economy. So that's why I'm here, and I am the secretary. Oh, I
Bush, my day job is, I'm a AmeriCorps. Happens to be down on the region, I'm a super there. I'm here because when I moved to Athens, Athens didn't have as much public art as I thought it should have. So I started like, doing everything I could to promote public arts. I joined the Arts Council because I was in the Arts Council and that's an issue here with the cultural affairs, so they can't get rid of it. And anybody who just did Fox said best, if anybody happened to go, I'm just the curator for the art and artists working with that. Spirit animals definitely great.
Everybody, I'm Ian Farm. Been here for 24 years. Came to school here in 90. I have been a professional photographer here for around 25 years. Shooting for 30 years. Professional 25 years. Been involved in the arts pretty much my whole life. All I've done is art. Somehow squeaking by, making a living at it for a couple of years. I've seen everything change in town for 34 years. And felt like it was time for me to be part of something. Instead of just solo requires something that's a little space ahead. I'm really excited to be part of something that's a little outside of my bubble. We can do everything I want, but it's sort of.
Hi, everybody. I'm Max Oliver. I'm communications manager at Mark. And 6 years ago, I'm originally from Miami, Florida. I'm an administrator. I actually worked in Miami County's Department of Affairs in their public art program. So I just thought that experience was really meaningful. I love working with artists. I love working with the conception of art place, about the meaning of art in civic identity and people and yeah, being intentional about that and being really comfortable to discuss it. And small go, but my background, it's gonna sound like I'm trying to be really cool and different, but cucumber, like I just feel really like I can smell it. I'm so looking forward to the energy of this coming week. This school is just like, it's exciting, but it's also a lot of work. So just trying to relax. Yeah. I'm Adriana. My day job is I work at the cottage. We're the local Central Salt Center and Children's Advocacy Center here, so I'm the executive director there. I've been in Athens for 11 years now, and I wanted to be part of this group. I've always been an appreciator of the arts, and I had a history minor when I was an undergrad, and used to work with different museums wherever I lived. But I haven't really been able to tap into that since I've been in Athens. So I learned about this perfect way to be able to be part of that community now and be able to give back stuff. And for my spirit animal, I usually would say a house cat or also a panda.
Good. Right, and we got our virtual friends. Yeah.
So Marjorie is our class liaison, and she joins us at our meetings as well. Marjorie, do you want to introduce yourself and just say hi to everybody? Oh, you're muted.
Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Madhuri Angdi. I work with Splost office as assistant project manager, and I have been art liaison since 3 years. I work with Tatiana for Splost public art project, and my spirit animal would be rabbit.
Great. And then Todd is joining us just to say hi. Todd is our consultant who's going to be working on the update for our public art master plan. So he's just joining us in this meeting today, just not a presentation, just to kind of observe us and say hi. So Todd, do you want to give a little intro?
Sure. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Often I'm on the other end of one of these owl meetings. So, so my name is Todd Bresney, and I'm zooming in from Philadelphia. I am here because 5 or 6 years ago, I worked with ACAC to complete Athens' first public art plan, and I've been invited back to update it. The real reason I'm here is because I'm thrilled to be invited to be back in Athens. I had such a good time, and it was a wonderful place, and I'm looking forward to meeting the new members, of course. Tatiana, I remember you from back then, and looking forward to engaging with the community. The only thing I can think of in terms of a spirit animal is a beagle, because I've been babysitting a beagle for the last 4 days, and it stayed up to 11 o'clock at night last night at the foot of my bed barking at me, and I wasn't sure what to do. But a beagle, that's my answer.
Okay, you got relatable. Great, thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody. So happy y'all are here. So our previous May minutes, did we get those?
I think I sent them before our July meeting, but I didn't send them out again. So if we need to table that till next
Do you
time,
want to table?
we can.
Does anybody feel comfortable voting on it? Did y'all remember in your head and you were able to review
Of
them?
course, our new members weren't there for that meeting, but.
I don't know.
Okay, we can table it for our next meeting then. Okay. Chair's report, oh, that's me. Oh, yeah, introduction. Yeah, I think we're good. I feel like we just did the chair's report. Yeah. Staff report, that'd be you.
Yeah, so, of course, we just met our new members. They have officially been confirmed by the mayor and commission at their August meeting. That was done, it was part of their consent agenda, so it wasn't as exciting, like they didn't say everybody's name individually, it was just kind of, approved with a bunch of other agenda items, but still exciting. Soon you'll get your official ACC email, and we can get you enrolled in your official BAC training, that stands for Boards, Authorities, and Commissions. So that'll be coming down the pipeline. The other thing I wanted to mention, not coming up right away, but for both October and November, we'll need to move our meetings from the second Monday to the third Monday. So if everyone wants to take a look at their calendars, normally they're always on the second Monday of the month, but these happen to both fall on ACC holidays when our facilities are closed and the staff members are off. So we'll need to move those if possible. So no need to vote on anything with that now. We'll discuss it officially at the next meeting, but just kind of get that on your calendar. Another exciting thing I want to share that'll be going live this week, hopefully tomorrow, is something that's been in the works for a while. So our new members won't know about this, but our other members might be familiar. Triangle Artworks is the nonprofit that we're working with to do our free public art class. That will be offered to anyone in Athens-Clarke County and, the surrounding counties as well. Basically kind of the same eligibility area for like the jury show when we do it, where it's Athens-Clarke County and all the counties that touch our county. This will be a free 6-week class to learn how to become a public artist. It goes over everything from contracts and insurance and just working with a client, all of those things, working with a fabricator. And so there's going to be applications. It's a once a week, 6-week class. So that'll take us through, it'll start at the end of September and then go through early November. So if you know anyone who might be interested, just get that on their radar and let them know that's coming. I'll be doing a press release hopefully tomorrow that'll have the link to that application. So I'm really counting on y'all to help me spread the word about that class because it's a brand new thing. And whenever something's new, sometimes it's hard to get, people to, hear about it. So I'll really need y'all to help me with promoting that because it's such a wonderful thing. Yes.
Just out of curiosity, aside from the press release, like what other avenues do you have for promoting this program?
Social media, we have our department, ACC Gov's various departments will be able to promote it. But yeah, all of our community partners, if you want to promote it at the DOT, that'd be great. Marissa with the Chamber of Commerce, Jan with Arts Council, like if you have a venue or a means to share that, please, that would be wonderful. And
it's
hopefully we'll get, and it's free,
And how, what's the
100%
max?
free.
It's amazing.
It's a virtual class.
Okay.
So, I think we can get like 30-ish people in there comfortably. We'll see how popular it is. It's not even necessarily just for beginners. Maybe if you've done maybe one small piece of public art, but want to know how to go a little bigger, that it might be really valuable for anybody. So, there is an application that kind of goes through, engages everybody's skill level, what you know, what you don't know, that sort of thing. Triangle works to try to pick candidates that they think will be successful in this class. You get to apply to some real life calls for art. We'll have some that are going to go live during this time as well. So they'll be able to apply to a real Athens-Clarke County call for art, but also, learn where to find other calls for art and things like that. So it's really, it's going to be great and a great way for our local artists to get new skills. And again, free. Can't emphasize that enough. Yes.
Speaking of publicity, is there any way to use the Linden House? Because they have to have.
Oh, yeah.
This.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm. Absolutely. Yeah. They'll share it in their newsletter as well. Yeah.
And sorry, do you mind repeating again the timeline? Like when does it start?
The class will be starting late September, but the applications will go live this week. And I'll make sure y'all all know about it when those are ready. I'm hoping tomorrow. So yeah, any other questions about the triangle class? Okay. And then, introducing Todd, which we already did. He's here. So I guess I'll go on to some project reports. We have a new poet laureate. She started in April. And Michaelia Robinson-Smith, she's been doing a lot of wonderful things, a lot of events. One thing I would like to share that she has coming up is she's starting a writers group. So their first meeting is going to be this weekend, the 17th at the ACC library from 11 to 1 p.m. And that's in multi-purpose room B. And that's for writers of all disciplines, all skill levels. It's free, it's open to the public, there will be snacks, that sort of thing. So if you're a poet, if you write prose, if you, limericks, whatever, it's just a safe space to kind of share and workshop things that you're working on and set goals and things that writers do. So if you know anyone interested in that, make sure they know about that. The new Athens Music Walk of Fame plaques were installed in late July. So the map, the location map online and everything has been updated. So if you know anyone looking for those new plaques, it's all online. Let me know. I could always send you a link if you have trouble finding it. But if you Google Athens Music Walk of Fame, you'll get the whole page with the link to the new map. And so yeah, those are in. It's a busy time for projects through the rest of the year, so very exciting. We have one of our Greenway murals is finally getting installed. I know. Starting next week.
Which one?
This is The Water is Life.
The one underneath.
Yes, Elaine Stevenson, the one that goes in the underpass. Yeah, so we're prepping. the site this week, just with pressure washing. Her equipment and everything is gonna get delivered next Thursday. The husband, he's got it.
No, I
Not-
don't.
not her,
She's the
but
one that
yeah,
had the
she's the one
baby.
that had the baby. Yes. She's not bringing the, yeah, I mean, I guess she could. But yes, so that's getting installed. She'll be working on site, starting the 22nd through, mid to late September, depending on how things go. And then she'll be doing an artist talk on September 19th here at the Linden House, right in this room at 6 p.m. So just wanted to share that. This is right on College Station Road on North Oconee Access Road. So this is the part of the greenway that's on campus, East Campus Connector part of the greenway. So, yeah.
I ride the greenway.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to visualize,
There's a big parking lot, UGA parking lot that's right there on College Station. So it's that.
heading out.
Yeah. Yeah, so that'll be exciting. So that part of that area is gonna be blocked off while she's working, but, you know, if you find yourself in that section of the Greenway, definitely check it out. If you wanna see her working, it's very exciting to have a project, starting, to get complete there. Our Greenway murals have been delayed for a little while, but, they're getting rolling. So we have 2 Firefly Trail projects, sculpture projects. Those are in the works. The arena, of course, the Classic Center Arena, that's big. Of course, the arena is opening in early December. So we have both the exterior pieces will be installed in October, and then the interior mural is getting installed in November. So the rest of the year is gonna be, yeah, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. So that's gonna be just kind of a water slide into the end of the year for installation. So very busy time, but very exciting time. Yes.
Tatiana, did the mayor and commission approve our suggestions? Didn't we have some suggestions for the arena thing to update it? There was the question mark.
Yes, they approved the moving the mural. So that's gonna be on the parking deck instead of the structure itself, yeah. But it's gonna be a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
So it's gonna look really nice. It's really gonna activate that whole plaza area when you enter. So you'll have the big sculpture and then the big mural there. Yeah, exciting. And pretty soon we'll be doing a call for Bishop Park. That's gonna be the artistic gates, pedestrian gates on the Hawthorne side. So that'll be coming up soon. Okay, that brings us to our recommendations that we need to get from y'all tonight. I have a presentation about the Nature Center and Costa Building. So let me just cue those up. We can chat about them. Sorry, no. Margaret, I may have to send you this presentation so you can share it. Is that okay? Margaret? You're muted.
Have you sent that presentation to me earlier, Tatiana?
See if you can share. It's not letting me share for some reason.
I think, yeah, if you can share it to me, I'm happy to share.
Because I'm sharing and they're. Okay, I just said it.
Mm. Yeah, I got it.
Can you share?
I think I can share. I'm just opening the
Yeah.
document.
Sorry, y'all. Technical.
Can I just take a moment real quick to mention that the outreach committee was kind of dormant through the summer because we were traveling and everything, but if anyone wants to participate for new members, we were trying to set up regular meetings basically halfway between our monthly meetings here. So in 2 Mondays, basically at the same time, get together like a Jerry Joe's, talk about stress stuff. Let me know.
Are we maxed out on numbers? Or are we still soliciting?
I think we have one vacancy still.
Because I have
But,
a candidate.
okay,
I can-
well, we'll do another.
Okay.
It's not just, we only open the call like once a year, so,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
I feel like it's your fate.
It's a whole thing. Okay.
Tatiana, have you just sent me the Sandy Creek one or Costa?
They're both in one thing.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. Can you all
Yeah.
say it all right?
Yeah, can you put it in presentation view? Will it let you?
Sure.
Yep. Awesome. Great. Okay, so yeah, you could, moderator, will you advance for me when
Sorry?
will you go to the next slide?
Yeah,
Okay, sorry, thank you for doing this.
that's all right. It's just showing up on my two screens. I'm confused which one.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
That might be what's happening with mine. Okay. Um, so Sandy Creek Nature Center, who's been to Sandy Creek Nature Center? Yeah? Most of y'all? Great, great. So Sandy Creek Nature Center. Oh, Margaret, could you go to the next slide, please?
Sure.
Sorry.
Mhm.
So Sandy Creek Nature Center just celebrated its 50th anniversary last year, right? Exciting. So they have a SPLOST-funded education and visitor center, which includes live reptiles, amphibians, marine and freshwater aquariums, interactive natural history exhibits, and a resource library, all housed in an eco-friendly building. There is a circa 1815 log house and several wildlife observation areas on site. The site also features 225 acres of woodlands and wetlands with over 4 miles of trails, including an ADA interpretive trail and a connection to the North Dakota River Greenway. The facility has a wide variety of existing public art, as well as educational displays and exhibits. This is a really small project. The budget for art is just $2,000 for this project. Mari, can you go to the next slide, please?
Yep.
Yeah. So here's the existing exhibit area. As you can see, you know, there's some, like a mural on the wall here that's meant to look like a natural habitat, right? Andre, could you show the next one, please? And here's another photo of that. Next one, please. And so this is the other side. That's the wetland area. This is the coastal area. So this also has a mural with some, you know, natural water vibes. Right? Go to the next one, Molly. It's a little close up. And next slide. So there's this one spot in between these, it's just like so glaring because it just doesn't have anything on it. So what the folks at the Nature Center would like for their art is to have a local artist create something that will kind of marry these two murals together with something kind of natural that would sort of marry the wetland and the coastal areas. And so this is going to be a really great accessible project because basically an artist will submit a digital file and it will be commercially reproduced in like a raw file. So this way they don't have to go through the insurance and the physical liability stuff. It's just, this is my design. It can be painted, it can be digitally created, whatever, but it will then be digitized to be commercially reproduced as like wallpaper, essentially. And it'll kind of make this doorway a little less glaring. So of course, if you've been in the Nature Center, there's a lot of sculptures, there's whirligigs, there's so much stuff everywhere. So this is kind of what the user group, which is the Nature Center staff and their programming folks would like this. So Madre, can you go to the next slide? So this is kind of a simple recommendation. The option one is to approve the site and type for art for this project with the wall mural in this doorway area to connect the two, or to approve it. Normally I have more options for art, but this one's kind of an easy one. It's great for the new members. It's not stressful, right?
Classics and.
Right? Francis.
So just curiosity, it's such a small project, like the request for proposal, the whole process is the same as any other ones.
There'll still be a call for number. Yeah. So, and yeah, it'll be a request for proposals if it's a smaller budget project. So we'll basically give them a template of what that area looks like, and they just come up with a concept. Yes, Steve.
Just curiosity, when a budget like that, small like that, is put out, and you call for artists. Is the budget include actual materials of the wallpaper or the art?
No. That's just for the, yeah, for this project. It's gonna be for the art. Yeah.
So other money we use to actually create the line.
Yeah. Yes.
And the fabrication also comes out of our budget.
I mean, we have separate funds for that, so yes. But this will be for the arts, yes. Good.
Would you like a vote?
A motion.
Does anybody have any questions before we move forward on this? All right, so I have a motion to accept, to vote on option one or option two.
I'll motion to approve the site.
All right,
Option one.
Marissa has a motion to approve option one. Any discussion before we move forward on that? Those who are good with approving option one for the Nature Center, you can say aye or do this. Okay. Those who are not okay with it, you can say no. Okay.
You can abstain.
And you may abstain as well.
Do we need a second?
What do you mean second? Oh, second motion. Jan wanted a second motion.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, here we go. We got a second. Sorry, I forgot that part. So again, everybody's good?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, yeah. So we approve option one. Great.
Thank
All right,
you.
Bobby, did you hear that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So on to the cost of building. Who knows the Costa Building downtown? Everybody? Maybe not as many people? So the Costa Building is the building that the hot corner mural is on. So, see, I love that. We all know it because of that. That's great. Margaret, could you go to the next slide, please? Okay, so the Costa Building was built in 1910 to house the Costa family's growing ice cream business, right? How fun is that? Big ice cream building. So it was their factory and they sold ice cream out of that building until I think the mid-century where it was purchased by the county and eventually became the downtown police station, where it was the police station up until the 90s, late 90s. I know because I toured the building before they started renovating it, and all the posters from the police station from the late 90s were still up.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like a time capsule in there. It's really crazy. So gruff and everything, so circa 1990 something. Anyway, with its signature yellow brick, the Costa Building has been a fixture of downtown Athens. It's once used to house the downtown police station. The building is currently undergoing renovations to use for ACC offices with a focus on preserving its historic architecture. 2019's Hot Corner Legacy mural is painted on the side of the building and serves as a backdrop for the planned Hot Corner Park. So that parking lot that's there is going to be a park, and that was because of that wonderful mural. And the budget for art, for new art for the Costa Building is $35,000. Andre, can you go to the next slide, please? So the occupants and the operations of this building, so it's going to house our economic development department. It's going to house the people and belonging department. This is formerly our inclusion office. It's a new name now.
That's what they call it.
Mhm. Housing and community development. There's also going to be community spaces, meeting spaces, and a lot of students are going to use this space as well because they work with those departments as interns. So the building will also have like a student union area on the inside. Next slide, Audrey. So some of the public art goals that were discussed with the user group about this project were obviously visibility, accessibility, something that would show the unique identity of Athens, but something that I've been hearing a lot from folks is that they want more murals downtown. Everyone says it. But the problem with that is that the county doesn't own most of the buildings downtown. They're privately owned. So it's like, why do you put a mural here? I can't just put murals on private property. So this is a building that we own. So it's a contender. And of course, everyone wants more opportunities for local artists. Yes.
And do you want to explain the historic part of downtown where you can't take
Sure, yes. Well, this has some other unique things. I'll get to that in just a second, Jim. But yeah, more opportunities for local artists. We have more people that do 2D work than 3D work. So, so yeah. And some of the tricky things about this building too is that it is historic brick. So the hot corner side, that had already been painted, which is why we were able to paint it. The rest of the facade of the front and the other side, that can't be painted because it's historic brick. So, but it gives us an opportunity in this area here. This is going to be a little seating area on the outside. This is between the Costa building and the Board of Elections building downtown. So right now, this is a really ugly stucco wall here. So one of the areas that we discussed was this wall right here to kind of give a little bit more personality to this area here. And then Dr. can you go to the next slide, please?
Is that new? That, it is new, right?
What?
That'll be new.
Yes, that's new.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not there now. It's just a gross alley. Yeah,
It was on.
so that's all gonna be built. there to kind of be a seating area. That'll be open for. Audrey, can you go to the next slide?
Sure.
So this is the inside. It's hard to see if y'all want to come up with them. But, so this is gonna be the front door here. This is a meeting area here. So you can see that this is the exterior plaza area that runs the full length here. And so that wall runs the full length here on the outside. And then this area here, back here, is gonna be the student union area. So, the user group was kind of talking about these areas as potential for a mural. Next slide. Oh, it's the themes that were discussed. Of course, theme doesn't have to be approved by the mayor and commission, but it's just something kind of for our own discussion. Some of the things that were discussed were history, whether it's the history of downtown, the history of this particular building, just the history of Athens in general. Themes of community and unity, being that it's going to house all these very kind of public-facing departments that deal with a lot of community engagement. And it's just something that's kind of like fun, decorative, colorful. We're just kind of just some themes that were discussed. Next slide. So, we polled the user group to see how they felt about locations and themes, but there was a strong preference to do a combination of exterior and interior with the mural. Maybe something that, kind of carries through from the outside in, from the inside out. And it was pretty even otherwise, whether it's just, yes.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's okay.
I have two questions. Yes. Do you mind defining the user group, like as part of?
So a user group is established by the manager's office for a particular SPOS project. So these are the advisors. It's a mixture of staff members and community members that advise on all aspects of the project. So this particular user group was, people that are going to be working in this building, also downtown business owners, and other people that will otherwise engage with this particular facility. Yeah.
And then my other question has to do with the kind of exterior element.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, it's a two-part question. One is it intended primarily for just those who are accessing the building, or is it intended more in the public space, similar to the way that the Hot Corner Park, are people just walking downtown going to maybe use those seating outside, or is it more?
Yeah, the seating is going to be open to whoever, anyone. It's not just for the people that work in the building. And even the interior of the building isn't totally public facing, but like I said, it's got community spaces, it has a student union area. I mean, anyone can come in and out. So it's not like it's, locked during the day and no one can access it. So it's a fairly accessible building, especially on this first floor. If it were up on the other floors, maybe not as much.
So, my final question, sorry, but I'm just wondering, when you're talking about the exterior, like fabric versus the interior, I know they, had a conversation is around a painted mural, but I'm curious, like, is the proposal open for any other modifications? Say, if somebody wanted to do like a mosaic on the terrace that goes into the building, are they something of that nature?
I mean, I don't think the budget supports a mosaic. A mosaic is, a lot more expensive than a painting. So I would say, my recommendation would be, if we were to do a call, leave it somewhat open-ended with the exterior and the interior, with how much or little you want to use of each one. But I think it would be important that they carry through somehow. That makes sense. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is the exterior, okay, so this is the top of the building, and then there's that alley that they're gonna make better with the thing. So is the exterior this building's wall?
Okay. Yeah. but we already checked with the attorney's office to see if that would be associated with the site, because it's really important that the funding for the site stays on that site, but because it's the plaza is gonna kind of go across the whole area. That's those people. If that makes sense.
And Tati, this is one call, or is it gonna be preferred, is that part of what we're deciding, and break it down into two?
I'd make it one call
Yeah.
for the cohesive thing, and make it a bigger opportunity. Yeah. So, and there was a strong, the cost of building in Athens history, some kind of history mural. So, that might be something that we've kind of open-ended to, just something that's historic, but tells the story of Athens or downtown or something very specific to Athens. Okay. Does anybody need to look at the, previous slides before we? So, the user group, you know, like the idea of an exterior and interior mural, with a history theme. So, Audrey, do you want to go to the next slide?
Yeah. Before moving to the next slide, I just want to show the realistic picture of the current wall.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah,
Margaret.
I was just pulling that together.
Yeah, I think if you went over there now, it might be blocked off, but she got a nice picture of it from the guys working inside.
Can you all see my screen?
So you see we have brick up here too. So this would be, you know, the, you can see it's not very cute right now.
Is that the cost of building or the building?
That's Board of Elections.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where the mural would be.
Yes.
Yeah, so here will be a new plaza, and
So, yeah.
the concrete wall, which is unpainted, is considered for the mural.
Right. Yeah.
And on the space that goes up to the wall, and that yellow space on the floor plan, that's interior, correct?
Good.
That's not.
Yeah, this is all outside.
That's the doorway right there.
Yes.
Okay.
Would the mural extend all the way up that wall to include the portion with the rounded windows? Or would it be on the exterior?
Oh,
On the
Yeah.
front.
Like on the front?
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Around the windows.
So all the way up the arch to the top of the wall, or is
No,
it?
no, no, not here. Okay, go on the brick. Yeah, there's the whole thing about brick and historic. Yeah, yeah.
Just that one.
So, which makes it another accessible project because you don't have to go as a wilderness to everything.
Yeah.
Francis.
So, the focus is historic preservation and history of Athens. That becomes, the winning proposal, I guess, where the artists have an opportunity to work with like the Secretary of Commission or any resources in the county. Sure. Researching and all that.
Totally, yeah. Yeah, Historic Athens is a great partner for things like this, the Heritage Room, we have a lot of resources. Yeah. Any other questions about stuff? And this way, we're not doing anything on the other side that's gonna compete with the hot corner mural. The new park, I've heard there's, someone's donating a Harold Rittenberg sculpture for the park, so that'll be nice thing and won't really compete too much with the mural. I'd say just like leave that there, and then on the other side, we'll have something a little different. But it's, yeah. Marguerite, can you go to the next slide?
Sure.
Thank you. And thanks for sharing that photo.
Yeah, no problem.
Options here.
So, So, yeah. So,
Yeah, folks, what do y'all think? Any discussion like to be had before anybody might throw up a motion to either go for option one or option two?
Yeah, I know it's not part of this vote because option one does not specify a content. But I just would like to make a plea for not putting forward the, working group's recommendations, just to keep it as broad as possible thematically. Because I think we might get more, broader range of options if we left it open as much as possible.
and just so y'all know, the theme isn't part of the mayor and commission approval. So when we make a recommendation for the specific site and the type of art, it's the theme that usually comes later, and we'll put that in the call, and that's when we, we're running the call, and we can have more discussion about that. So that's not, just so you know, it's not something that like gets any kind of official approval on the front end. So there's nothing that'll be like too prescriptive. Yeah, but yeah, we can leave it. Personally, I find that themes can be kind of limiting sometimes, because sometimes folks respond a little too literally to a theme. And I feel like if you leave it more open-ended, you get something a little more creative, maybe something that you weren't expecting. So I'm with you on that. Yeah.
And then to that point, I guess I'm curious what the lighting will look like in terms of the suggested mural. I know the budget is limited, but I'm just curious if someone happens to creatively come up with something that's not just painting the walls.
Yeah. Say wall mounted.
So it should be wall, like what I mentioned, like let's say if there are any other fixtures and features.
It's just, yeah,
It's wall.
it's good wall. Yeah.
Do you need a motion for a vote?
Do I have a second? Thank you. All right, so if y'all are in favor of option one for the cost of building, then you can throw your thumb up. Yeah. Okay, good. If you are not okay with it, then don't put your thumb down. Okay, all right, we approve it. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, thank y'all. Thank you, Margaret, for helping with that.
Thank you all for approving. Yeah, you're welcome,
And
Tatiana.
then, just go to the next slide, I have next steps on there, so just to kind of give everyone an idea of next steps. So we take y'all's recommendation for site and type, and that goes to the mayor commission. So they'll approve that at their, next meeting. And then, once we have that approval, then we can start writing calls for art. And then, after the calls for art is the selection panel. Once we have a selected piece of art, then that goes back to the mayor and commission for their final approval, and then we can contract with the artist and get the art made. So just to give everybody an idea of how that works. So thank you, Marjorie. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So, and before we get to outreach, I just wanted to thank Sally and Jan for helping out tabling at AthFest. It was very, very hot. And so we really appreciate y'all doing that. It's a lot of, getting the tent and getting the chairs and getting all that. So I just want to thank y'all for doing that. Thank you.
I remember the what we did was have folks sign up to be able to be on the selection, be on a selection.
Yeah.
Yeah. That gets it to you and then you call.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
because
really excited.
Do you feel like there's one
We got a couple.
a couple?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they took a.
Hey,
Every time you do.
I mean, that's good though. You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
It's like, they have to fill out the form and they go,
Especially during Athens.
right? No one wants to fill out their own during it. Yeah.
That's what you do out there.
No. Which particular.
I asked something, is there an opportunity here at the Linden House for the library for us to have like standing outreach presence regarding, like maybe we can inquire, sure, but maybe like a little station where people could learn about public art or sign up for it. I just don't know like what,
Yeah, I would
influence we
definitely,
can have.
I would definitely do it with an event,
Okay.
as opposed to just the standing day.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just not gonna get enough action, you know? Yeah, but. Yeah, Francis, did you want to talk about any outreach, things? Yeah.
A few things, I brought up the cooler. One of our former members, Madeline, had it, so we have a cooler now. This summer was a little bit challenging because we're all traveling, to get, a lot of activity for, other opportunities beyond AppFest. But I would like to be able to, energize us to sign up. We had a spreadsheet that, we're kind of put together where we can plan in advance opportunities. So again, outreach committee, I'm happy to start putting that list together for the fall, and maybe we can find, good connections if people feel like they can volunteer their time. You don't have to be part of the outreach committee to volunteer your time. But otherwise, no like substantial updates other than inviting people to join us in the meeting. If you're interested.
So can you tell me a little about what that is?
Yeah, of course. So the outreach committee is kind of just revamped after having been some moments. So, it's really starting to be good. So we are like activation for community events to present what the cultural mission is, invite people to learn about public art in general, to appreciate it, as well as maybe sign up for some people, diverse and broad, involvement.
Is it sort of a subgroup of this group, or is it outside of this group as well?
It's a summer, so it's like a mini here voting. Additional content, but, we know that we're busy, so it's just trying to be a little bit more strategic about thinking about where in advance. But again, like I said, we just revamped it, so,
Are there any other standing committees besides, I'm assuming, like, an executive one? For the outreach.
Sure, they missed the ad hoc.
So there's the outreach committee, we have our like hiring recruitment committee, that changes kind of depending on the members, who's available. And yeah, the executive committee. So really just those for now.
The cool thing about outreach is that there's lots of things to hand out. You know, it's like lure people over.
Engaged.
Yeah.
so we'll do it in 2 Mondays, which I check. That sounds right. Yes, the 26th, and we usually meet at around 6 o'clock. That's great.
So the 26th at 6 o'clock, which coffee shop?
Okay, we did Jerry Jones at 5.6 off.
Yeah.
So I think the Jerry Jones on Alps worked out.
Yeah. Any book.
So, I did Alps or East Side, depending on what's easiest for everyone. So, right, if I think it over, should I commit to it?
I think you should commit.
Yeah. Okay, well, what did you have about those people side or ours?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Then the East Side is easier for me.
East side should reach out. 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
26.
And, if you don't want to necessarily spend time in outreach committee, but you have any thoughts or opinions, feelings, please just send it to the listserv and we can have a conversation about that. If you know of any that's coming up, that you think would be really ideal for us to participate in, also let us know.
I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
we have more to see.
$50. It's terrifying.
Right.
It's terrifying. Yeah, you're from 1 to 6.
At a second Friday. Is it indoor or the game out?
So, yeah, then we need to bring our own people.
That's, okay, all perfect, so that's on our agenda for our next meeting, if anyone's, don't go away from that then.
And for our new members, one thing that we do at the end of our meetings is just kind of share, anything we want to share, or any kind of events that are happening that you're maybe involved with, or even just attending, or if you think or need. We just kind of go around and share things that were, all kinds of creative happenings that are going on. Yes. Mark, you want to?
Mark.
Sure. The live stream Wednesday night from the Aspen Music Festival in Colorado. I think it's 9 o'clock. A violinist named Robert McDuffie, who wrote with Mike Mills, where I am, is playing some of his music. He's been going to Aspen for 15 years as a student and as a 40. Sorry, I'm thinking. I helped write the script for the show. So it runs about 75 minutes, and it's I'll look it up right now. Anybody who's interested, I'll talk about the exact details. But it's just a retrospective of this time growing up, going to Aspen every year, personalities from Midsock Harlan to Mike Mills, who he's worked with there, and this funny stories, personal reflections. So,
Where do we find it?
I can tell you. Oh, thank you. Okay, it is 9:30, August 14th. And the website is aspenmusicfestival.com. And he starts with Summer from the Four Seasons and ends with Summer from the American Four Seasons. So that's it. Yeah, that was written for him. So.
Thanks. Got anything else?
Those of you who are affiliated with the university, you've heard this already. Faculty and staff tickets are 10% off all the month of August. And if you want one show we're thinking about coming to, Samara Joy is a jazz singer who won Best New Artist in the Grammys as a jazz singer. Yeah, she's amazingly good. She's a young Ella Fitzgerald. And that's, I believe it's October 7th.
Okay.
At the performance.
Somebody.
Yeah.
I have a couple. There's a creative opinions coffee done on Friday. One at really chill, like out with other creatives. That's people bring stuff to work. Some people will just be having lunch, but they're always really fun. And then with the chamber, we're having a Women Who Work luncheon on August 28th. Live with Power Creative, Care Speaker, and then the classes on how to bootstrap your brand. So it'll be like a marketing kind of social, and I think it'll be really good for entrepreneurs specifically on creative initiatives. So she's such a great artist and has a really interesting perspective, design, aesthetics. I think it'll be a really good class.
Will that be in the chamber website?
Yes. What was the event called? It's a Women Who Work with them, so the class is how to bootstrap your brand.
Two questions. Not sharing information, right? But the point is, you remember the meeting where I just kind of asked what they're thinking about that.
Sure.
One, being a photographer, being in Athens for so long and knowing so many artists, once a call for entry is happened, where, if I know the artists, were names are of course going to be blocked, but I probably would know them. Been here so long, and I actually have been hired. One of my specialties is photographing artists in my studio. for the mural in the classic center, the gigantic ones on the left and right of the staircases. I was contracted to photograph those, and it was a massive, the high resolution pictures of those lighting on our 30-foot citizen. Final, if something comes up like that, where do I call my conflict? Is there a conflict? Do I
That's a
see
good,
something?
that's a great question.
Do I?
That's a great question.
I know this person's work, it's clear, I photographed them, I know their style. Do I step back? Do I say, I don't really like what they submitted, but I like Joe or Karen's work better? I don't remember the names, but I like that other artist better.
Sure, sure. For a lot of us, many of us who've been in Athens a long time, I know everybody's work too,
Right.
which is why I'm never on the selection panel. Usually there's only 2 or 3 ACAC members on a selection panel. There'll be a lot of other residents too and people who sign up, so it's not limited to just the ACAC members. But basically, if you feel like you can't be impartial, that's when you should say this is a conflict for me. But if you feel like you can be an impartial judge, as long as you don't have any direct benefit financially from one person getting picked over another, that's really when conflicts come into play. Like if it was your spouse or someone in your family that you're, giving them a leg up and that sort of thing. But we all know everybody. It's really hard to completely distance yourself from it. So I would just say, if you can't be impartial, then it becomes a conflict.
Because you're looking at the overall picture, you're saying, what is the best part? So it's yes, you know all these people, but you're also judging what's good work that's finished. You're providing.
Yeah, that's a great point too. You're scoring to a criteria for that project. So you might really love someone's work and maybe you're partial to them, but it may not be the best fit for that project. So, like I said, if you can't be objective in that sense, then yeah, you should probably excuse yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one thing I'll add to that is the BAC training. There's a whole section on conflicts of interest. It's also an issue for our question, but it causes a lot of kind of confusion given the kind of class.
I really and then the other one is just a very simple, etiquette thing. Now that's 4 members. It says 4 members, or there are 4 of us here or 3?
I think four new ones.
4 members. What would be the etiquette just to share this information that we're part of this group now? Like if I'd like to, I have not said that we know anybody, but now that we've been approved by the county.
It's public information.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have the website.
I don't think they've been updated on the clerk's website, but yeah, that always takes forever to get, because that's the clerk's office to update that. But, yeah, that's public information. You can share that with anyone.
Okay.
This is a public meeting. This is live streamed on YouTube, so they're gonna see you, Ian, and they're gonna be like, I know. There he is. Those are great questions, and yeah. And anytime y'all have a question, just, you know where to find me. You can always ask me or any of the other members as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And from an outreach perspective, if you're gonna announce it on social media, that's public.
Yeah, there you go.
Follow.
Can I add an announcement?
Sure.
Okay, so, at the art school on August 29th, we're gonna have our Thank for all the galleries, including a show by an alumna from our program from 2014, Hong Kong, who makes really cool big paperworks. But also we're going to have graduate, open studios. So if you guys want to meet some graduate students and artists and see their work in progress. Hang on.
Thank you for sharing.
I've got an update, Create Athens, which is a subgroup of Vision Athens. We are kicking that can down the road for the updated Athens Creative Directory. We have a meeting tomorrow, a discovery meeting. Marissa and I will be there. We're so excited. We're partnering with Captivate to update the Athens Creative Directory. The timeline is that we have our discovery meeting tomorrow. Something happens, and then there will be branding information sent out to the entire Creating Athens group for discussion. Our hope is that the Athens Creative Directory will be updated, and we'll be ready to send out to our creative community for them to then put their stuff on it early next year, 2025. So we're hoping in February 2025 to have a celebration of, hey, you can put your stuff on here. So our intention is to make it easily accessible, something that creatives want to put their stuff on, to have continuing ed stuff on there, like the programs that ready to happen, that would be a great space for it. But then also to have also a space for sharing things, like let's say I'm not using this particular medium anymore, but I have a lot of it, but you want it, and you can share stuff. So we've got great ideas about that. We really want it to be something our creative community wants to be a part of, so we're really being thoughtful about that. Once we get them in there, yay, then I'm thinking, give us a month or two, and then we're gonna really partner with like Visit Athens and the Chamber and stuff like that, to then go to the rest of us who would like to partner with the creative to paint our bulldog mural, or, you know, whatever. You know, looking for a yarn thing for my mom, you know, whatever. And then I know where to go to find that sort of stuff. So yeah, we're super excited about pushing that out in 2025. I'll keep giving y'all updates.
Yeah,
because I know y'all
Saturday
have actions.
live, will you come and do a little presentation for the?
Yeah.
Wanna have a- Absolutely, that'd be great.
Absolutely. All of y'all will be invited to the kickoff. We're gonna have a party.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Montu, anything?
Just like the second Wednesday of every month, beach runs and lots of live band, live and shots. So 7 o'clock, sign up, kind of doors, and then we start the show at 8. We're done by 10. So we took July off, like, strong.
It's funny when my friends didn't know that I know you at all, and she was like, oh my gosh, I just listened to that say you ever seen happen. It's fun to know. I was like, what a nice.
Appreciate it. Good. Y'all come out if you can. We do it second Wednesday of every month. It's grown into some. Yeah, it's grown into.
You said it starts at 8?
Start today.
Writing the Athens Poet Laureate is
Yes, and when I was invited there, that was when she was the whole like pregnancy and whatnot, so she wasn't answering my email. But I was gonna answer an email because I had a situation. That's the things I need to do. So yes, I'm hoping to get her out. Absolutely. And she did that big thing for Seth that Sunday right before he had a situation, and I heard it was just like
Yes.
amazing.
She's really doing,
She's out there.
she's really
Yeah,
doing.
she's out there. Like everybody knows who she is.
Yeah.
She's out there.
Yeah, she's been doing all her events, she just does it. It's great. Yeah, she's wonderful.
Great.
There's a, y'all that know Saunders, he's gonna have another thing at, preacher showing the piece that we showed at Bob said it's the first time, Bob said it was the first time I had to view by the public, and he's gonna have a preacher.
Is it gonna be up at Creature? Or is it gonna,
It'll just, I think it's like, they're gonna try, it's so big. It's like, it's a wireless, 23rd, so it's the week from Friday. So,
you see, they gave y'all a picture for the Fox Head. It was that art? It's like 10 cities that are unknown, something like best kept.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
We did one of the art deco pulled one of the 9 murals off, and they would have a painted mural, Joe Nestor did it, and it was just so, all these little kids painting, and it was just the most fun ever. It's great. That was good.
Well, thanks, y'all, and thank you, Todd, for joining us. Do you have any art happenings you want to share?
Art happening. That's tougher than my animal choice. Not that I can think of. I'm sorry.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Todd, and thank you, Marjorie.
Thank you.
Yeah, y'all have a good night.
All right, thank you for inviting me. See you all soon.
Good to see you. Good to see you. We'll talk soon.
When this meeting is 7:18.